If your association is still doing business as usual in 2025, you're already behind. Here's how to stay connected to what your members actually need before it's too late. In times of economic uncertainty or rapid change, you can't afford to guess what your members need. If you want to increase member engagement this year, you have to ask, listen, and act. Last year's playbook won't cut it. Your programs, events, and services need to match the moment, not a past one. 2025 has been a bumpy ride so far. Trade wars, tariffs, delayed launches, delayed hiring, not to mention AI disrupting entire industries. There is nothing about this year that is business as usual. The biggest risk you can make when times are uncertain? Assuming that your members' needs haven't changed. Today, we're going to dig into the top 3 things you can do when you're feeling the ground under you is wobbly. And then I'm going to give you some ideas on how you could pivot based on what you hear. Yeah, baby. It's 2025 and the word pivot's back. I know this is giving you flashbacks to 2020, but we're in a new world and there are new twists and turns in this road. Because guess what? Your members are feeling this uncertainty too. Other industries are feeling it. You are not alone in feeling thrown off balance. And that brings me to point number 1. Help people feel less alone. It is incredibly isolating for business owners and executives dealing with uncertainty. Even if it's due to circumstances beyond their control, they might feel like they're personally failing at business. They might have to do layoffs. They might have to axe annual bonuses. There are a lot of uncomfortable decisions that need to be made right now for a lot of people. And for the folks on the front lines, they might be putting up their green banners on LinkedIn or sending out resumes. Every level of business is affected in times of change, from the C-suite to the junior employee. One of the superpowers of associations is that they are natural spaces for those people to band together, trade experiences, and feel less isolated in times of uncertainty and change. Show that you understand your association members. So how do you do that? Point number 2, meet people where they are. You already probably have a newsletter, website, social media presence. You may even layer in tactics like magazines, podcasts, or webinars. Take a hard look at your communication channels and figure out where the different segments of your audience are. For example, maybe more of your Gen Zers flock to your podcast while your Gen Xers read your e-newsletter. You really need to understand the seniority level of your members to understand what they need. That executive is going to be dealing with an entirely different set of problems than a 22-year-old junior employee. But both of them could be feeling uncertain and afraid. If you already have a sense of that, you can move on to point 3, which is ask what they need. Don't make assumptions here. Do mini surveys, get your board to make some calls, hold listening sessions, get a sense of what people are trying to figure out in your industry, and make sure you're getting a cross-section of all your demographic groups. Because while your executives might be worried about cash flow, your entry-level folks might be worried about how to pay their mortgage. So you're investing in ways to make people feel less alone. You've been meeting people where they are, and you're really listening to what they need. How can you quickly meet those evolving needs while still maintaining the regular functions of your organization? Look for ways you can address the new situation without throwing out what you've already built. For example, if your annual conference planning is already mostly wrapped, maybe you could add in a roundtable discussion or a panel in the new situation. It allows you to address it without having to scrap what you're already doing. Other ways to quickly address a rapidly changing situation to increase member engagement could be hosting a pop-up webinar or LinkedIn Live on a hot topic. You probably have industry experts in your association or larger business network who would love to speak to your members. Record it, send it as a link in your newsletter, and you've got an instant resource for your members. Don't underestimate something as simple as a resource sheet with contact information and responses to common questions from your members. Again, it's something you could build quickly, email out, and post on your website. You could even break the content down into social posts to give you some new social content to address the issue of the moment. The main goal in all of this is for people to feel heard, understood, and that you are taking action. Keep association members engaged by being loud and clear of your message of, "We heard you, and here's what we're going to do about it." Associations that make people feel less alone, meet people where they are, and listen are the ones that will not only survive, but thrive in uncertain times. You can do this. You aren't alone in this, and your members are going to be there to help you figure it out. Just listen to them. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed right now, book a free 30-minute consult with us. We're also here to listen, and we might have another idea or two to help you get unstuck. The link's in the description.